We all love him. One of the best YouTubers on all of YouTube. Valor Sports Media. Valor Sports Media.
What if Marcell Reed continues to be the starter after Wegman returns from injury? And I'll go ahead and get into it real quick. Marcell Reed versus Florida was 11 of 17, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So, and he also had 13 carries rushing for 83 yards, and he had a touchdown on the ground as well. And his longest run was a 31-yard run. So, with that being said, really good stats. And the question that I had yesterday, whenever I was reacting to this particular game, was: is Florida's defense just that bad, or is Marcell Reed him? Is he that guy? And I want you to answer that for me.
I think, he shined in that Florida game. He looked really, really good. Throwing the ball, running around. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that Connor Wegman has done wrong for the A&M Aggies since he took over this season, what he did last year playing a little bit. He's just hurt. It's next man up. But you make a good point. What if Marcell Reed, if it works, and they got that chemistry going with their offense in Aggie land, and Connor Wegman is back from injury, it's a really risky reward situation, because you love what you got in Reed, but then you risk losing this 5-star recruit. What if he hits the portal? But you got the guy in Reed, right? But you could be good either way. So you throw Wegman out there. But what if it's not as explosive or good as it is with Marcell Reed? So there's really a lot of questions, and you got to be careful if you're Mike Elko after Connor Wegman returns, what you do with your quarterback situation.
I mean, we talk about Connor Wegman. In the Notre Dame loss, he was 12 of 30 for 100 yards, literally 100 on the dot, 100 yards, 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. A awful, awful game for him versus Notre Dame. You had them at home. And you also took a sack as well. Very awful game for him in that game. And then they played a high school team, won 52-10. He was 11 of 14 for 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. They didn't really utilize him that much in that game. And, rightfully so. He had 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs, and he also took another sack. So this guy, to me, is significantly better. And I know we've only seen one game out of him, and it was versus Florida. You got to respect it is SEC competition. You had to travel to the swamp to play this game. You got to have a little bit of respect. Or if you're like me and a Georgia fan, then you have no respect for the Florida Gators. But I'm trying to be professional here, so got to give some respect to the Gators and what Billy Napier has or has not created there down in Gainesville. So Marcell Reed, run the ball, throw the ball. He's all around quarterback. Can run, can make you miss with his legs. Can make you can throw the deep ball. I really like Marcell Reed, right? Marcell Reed did so good in that game that, Mike Elko updated everybody on Connor Wegman. Connor Wegman, and this is a quote from Mike: Marcell Reed has done a enough job versus Florida to raise the question, is there a quarterback competition brewing in A&M. And, you know, as Mike Elko said, oh, you know, I'm not going to answer that. That leads me to believe, yes, there is definite quarterback competition there in Texas A&M. I want your thoughts.